What's up, guys? Look, the game is about to start. I wanted to start the stream earlier, but I don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and because of that, I forgot that the grocery store closed early, and everything was crunch time for me, and I ran out of gas, and so I had to walk to a gas station and fill the tank. And all of this is to say, sometimes things are in crunch time. And sometimes you just got to roll with it. You got to roll with the punches. And you might feel like, oh shit, time is coming. We got about 24 minutes till game time. Are we ready to go? Are you prepared for what's about to come? Because this isn't one of those games where, we're going up against PJ Walker. And technically he's not a starter. Or we're going up against Jimmy Clausen, if you can remember Jimmy Clausen back in the day. Or, Andy Dalton's coming in to start for the Panthers. This isn't one of those games. This is a game where both teams didn't have a chance to game plan. And we're going to over and over and over. So when you get punched in the face and you get a little off schedule, roll with that punch, because it's gonna happen, right? They're gonna sucker punch you with probably Fred Warner. I think Fred Warner's gonna have a really good day. Fred Warner's gonna do his thing. He's probably gonna have over 10 tackles today. If we're fortunate enough to get enough plays out, Fred Warner's gonna be all over the field. Roll with the punches, and remember, I called this show First Kick Seahawks for a reason. You start with a kick, and everything after the first kick of the play is a freestyle. You get to the third step, you get to the fifth step, and you get to the seventh step. And the defense and the offense of the other team, they're going to try to get you off of your rhythm. But as long as you follow the fundamentals of what you've been taught, you're not going to miss the 5:20 game. You're still going to be able to, like myself, get the pregame show ready to go. Everything will be fine. And if Abe Lucas, as people have seen, he's got a little hobble to his knee, right? If he's not ready to go, we've already established the rhythm of Jason Peters and Forsyth. We will be okay, because these guys know how to play and they have the knowledge of how to do so. And that's important, right? If these guys had not been trading snaps, and if Jason Peters had been sitting on the bench the whole time, or if we had decided to start Abe Lucas too early last week versus the Rams and that knee was not fully rested for this game, who knows? We don't know what's going to happen. Apparently, Geno Smith is going to be good to go this week. And if you remember, it's Thursday. And what's Thursday? It's Turnover Thursday. So even though it's technically Thursday night football on Thanksgiving versus our rivals, and it's a big playoff game, it's still instilled in our players' brains that it's Turnover Thursday. Don't turn over the ball. Try to generate turnovers. And as we've seen against Brock Purdy, the games that they've lost were the games where they have like a ton of turnovers. The games that they win are the games where they have a ton of turnovers. So if we just follow the principles that we know that we're capable of, which is play sound football, get more turnovers than them, don't turn the ball over, which is what Kyle Shanahan wants to do, is they want to take care of the football, get more turnovers than them, don't turn the ball over. And they're going to run the hell out of the ball to fill those center hash marks and then open up things on the outside for Brock Purdy. And apparently we're not going to run the ball because that's not what we've done all year. And so I'm not going to say we need to run the ball, because that's something I want to happen. What we've seen this year is we spread the ball around. So we're probably going to continue to spread the ball around. And if we come in running the hell out of the ball, we're going to be running right at Fred Warner. And I don't know if that's the best decision for this game. We would probably be wanting to run to the outside. And do we want to run behind Abe Lucas, who, he's coming off a knee thing. We don't really know where he's at. We'd probably want to run behind Cross, who's having a good game, and I think he's going one-on-one against Bosa. So if Cross is shutting down Bosa, and if Bosa's teeing up Fred Warner for the B gap and C gap tackles, maybe we don't want to run today. Maybe what we want to do is we want to take advantage of the fact that they lost their all-pro in the defensive backfield. And if we can shore up their pass rush by having an attacking passing offense like we had last week, Geno can do some work. And this is me putting aside my beliefs of how we should run the offense. I kind of talked about Shane Waldron and how what get Shane Waldron like pumped up. What makes Shane Waldron want to show up on Thursday? And on Thursday, you don't have a chance to really game plan. You have a fundamentals football game. And this is a beat 'em up football game. Thursday games are always brutal for fans who don't love like fundamental football. They want to see like just glorious, crazy, fun plays. When on Thursday it's, we're smash mouth. We're gonna literally smash mouth plays, or we're gonna rub you across your face and just try to be more physical than you because we don't have time to game plan. And so with Shane Waldron, he's gonna be put in a position where he's gonna be like knee-jerk reaction. Oh shit! What's the play that makes me feel most comfortable? And for myself, the play that makes me feel most comfortable on offense is wing right. You got a tight end on the right side. Fullback, I don't care where it is, probably in the ISO. And then you run into the weak B gap. So if we're on the far right hash and things aren't going well on offense, I want to run from H Pro, where the tight end is on the right and the fullback is in the ISO, which is right. The fullback is lined up behind the quarterback, and the quarterback is under center. And when they come behind, the fullback and the running back is behind the fullback, so it forms a nice little line behind the center where you have the quarterback, fullback, and halfback. I like to have them then run when you're on the right hash mark. The near side technically is the right side because it's tight. Near, right, close. Far, where you have a far distance, would be on the blind side, which is the left. So I like to run weak side because the strength is to the right with the tight end to the right. I like to run weak side blind. I just feel comfortable there. And by doing that, it gets you to the left hash mark. I like being on the left hash mark because when your quarterback is blind to the left, they have less space that they have to be aware of. If it's far, right, there's a far distance to the left, that's a ton of space that they're blind to. So when I'm like shit isn't going well, I want to just run to the left side and get the quarterback over onto that left hash mark so that he can see the entire right side of the field. And this goes for the offensive linemen and things like that too. But it just resets the offense. And I like to put the tight end on the right side so that he can cut across and block and make sure that we can just get to that hash mark. It's a matter of numbers and strength. I find that having the tight end on the right side and then the fullback makes up for that extra space, and you can just read the halfback reads which gap, hit the C or hit the B. preferably hit the B so you can run up into the hash mark instead of bouncing, because you don't want to lose yards. And so for me, that's what makes me feel comfortable as a, conceptually as an offensive play caller, is I want to get back to that left hash mark to help not only, myself, but also to help the quarterback, to get the quarterback in a position, any quarterback, period. Any quarterback, unless it's Tua, who's a left-handed quarterback, in which case I want to run to the right side because his blind side is on the right, because he's facing the ball this way, and he sees everything to the left side of the field because he's a left-handed quarterback. So I would just flip that. But for me, the comfort zone is on the left hash. And so what's that for Waldron? I don't think it's a running play. I don't think it's a running play at all. And so I just want to see him figure out what that is today and stick with it. Last week we saw with Stafford, it's that bottom left flat too, where they were throwing it to the bottom left flat when they were behind. It was like when they were behind and they only had 7 points, that bottom left. And by moving to the bottom left, it started to set things up on the right. And they started to make their comeback that way. And with the way that Brock Purdy and company, the way that they feel comfortable is if they run up the middle into those center hash marks, it then opens things up on the outside. And so that Brock Purdy isn't limited to, he doesn't have to make throws all the way across the field. The offense, they can all branch outside. And it gives him these nice, I can throw out to these flats and let my players make yak plays. And so that's where Kyle Shanahan feels comfortable and opens up his quarterback for that. And, I can totally understand that preference. So what is that for Shane Waldron? If it's screen God, press the button, let's just dump it to JSN. Do it. I don't care. If it's throw a slant or, a hitch to Tyler Lockett or to DK Metcalf, I don't care. Do it. Choose something. And it should make sense. Because if he throws, when he's throwing those screens, typically he's throwing those screens to JSN to the left side because DK's the wideout on the far left side. And then he's blocking for JSN. And then oftentimes we got Bobo or Parkinson in there helping with the block. That's why we've been so successful on those blocks this year. And so, again, just like that, and he's learned from McVay, right? So instead of me running, they're using a passing attack. So if that's what he wants to do, to get to the left hash mark so that Geno has the whole right side of the field to read, let's do it. But we can't have, when Drew Lock comes in, abandon that. Let's start throwing these deep things. Let's start continuing the pattern of setting the quarterbacks up for success. Let's make sure that not only is the quarterback comfortable, but the offensive play caller is comfortable. Because we talk about Travis Kelce is Patrick Mahomes, I think Dana O'Gorman from Our Turf Football calls it the whoopee, the pacifier, the blanket that makes the quarterback feel comfortable. There are plays and there are positions on the field that make offensive play callers feel comfortable. I want to see Waldron against this really good defensive line in particular find an area on the field where he feels comfortable because he couldn't game plan this week and run off of that. So we're going to be doing the game soon. It starts in about 10 minutes. And I'm sure that they're going to do a whole bunch of American exceptionalism and all of that other stuff. I'm going to try something today. I'm going to try to do a live stream, even though I have a bit of a headache. But I think I have sumatriptan in case things get bad. I want to live stream this one because it is a rival game. I unfortunately watch games on my phone. But that's okay because I can't stream games on my screen anyways. So, because legally I'm not allowed to. So this should be fun. I'm going to like stop the pre-game stream that I'm doing now. I'm going to get ready for the live stream for when the game starts. And we're going to see if we can make a little party of it. Everyone's probably doing Colonial Day events. But I am all about this fucking game because this is what football is fucking about. So if you're here to, I haven't raged during a football game in a while, mostly because I have chronic fatigue syndrome. So I'm not allowed to like get my like. First of all, I can't. I start to get really exhausted. But second of all, I'm not supposed to get my my body psyched up too much because I'll start to like tremble and crash. But my roommate isn't here today. And so normally I try to be quiet and respectful, but not today. Let's see if I can get a little pumped up like I used to. I might like get a little jazzed and I might blow out my microphone. But yeah, let's fucking do this. Go Seahawks. Please like and subscribe. I'm gonna break up the stream and do a halftime part where I try to be serious, I think. And then afterwards, if my voice is still around, I'll probably do a post-game stream. So I will catch you guys around.